Hello, I'm Matthew Buzzy from PC Mag, and I'm here with Sasha Krohn from Asus, who has two new ROG laptops to show us today. We're going to start with the Asus Flow Entry, a new addition to the portable convertible hybrid 2-in-1 product, but at a larger size this time. Sasha, why don't you show us what you have there?
Yeah, thanks. So it's the ROG Flow X16, and our ROG Flow series is all about versatility and ultra portable gaming devices. So the X16, as the name implies, 16-inch. The previous models we had are the ROG Flow X13, which we just refreshed at CES a couple of months ago, and our brand new ROG Flow Z13, which we launched at CES a few months ago. So the X13 is a 13.3-inch, 1.3 kilo convertible, and the Z13 is a detachable. So it's a 1.1 kilo Windows tablet with an Intel Core i9 12th gen CPU and a 3050 Ti. And that's only 1.1 kilo and super compact and lightweight. And now we're extending the ROG Flow series further, and we're adding a 16-inch version because people told us, hey, we would like to have a bigger display and we would like to have an option for even more performance. And the 16-inch form factor allows us to do that. So let me switch to my top camera, and I have it right here in front of me. So there you see the ROG Flow X16. You have some really powerful speakers in this device, huge touchpad, and there is that panel. And the interesting thing about this one is, yeah, you can see how my DSLR camera cannot handle the white balance because this is a mini LED panel with up to 1100 nits peak brightness.
It's
So
just
it's
too bright.
crazy bright. Yeah, it's just too bright.
It's too bright for the
Um,
cameras.
but you get the idea, right? So
Mhm.
the cool thing is also the super slim bezel. So if you look at it there, super slim bezels all around. It has a glass cover that always makes a panel or a laptop look so much more premium, and it's touch.
Mhm.
So that's definitely something really neat. And yeah, for anybody who doesn't really care about it being a convertible and doesn't want to, transform it into a tablet, you don't have to. You can treat this like just a regular Windows laptop, clamshell laptop, and you have a really premium device already based on AMD's latest mobile Ryzen 6000 series, 6900HS R9 CPU, up to RTX 3070 Ti GPU built in, 105 watts graphics power, so 80 plus 25 dynamic boost. And the really interesting thing about this one as well, look at how slim it is. So
Mm.
it's just a little bit thicker. Let me get the camera to focus. Come on. It's just a little bit thicker than the Flow X13, the 13-inch device, but it has two SODIMM slots, two memory slots, and it has two SSD slots. So everything is actually upgradable in this device, despite it being so incredibly thin. And it's only around 2 kilos, so it's really light as well. And what else do we have for the Flow series that really sets it apart is our XG Mobile connector. So you can
Mhm.
connect external graphics adapters to this device. And there's a built-in Type-C connector here that you can see. You can use it just like a regular Type-C connector, charge the laptop, you get a display signal, and so on. And yes, so for our external graphics adapters, we have one that's up to an RTX 3080 GPU and a brand new one that is up to the latest AMD mobile high-end GPU, the RX 6850M XT. And both of those offer incredible performance, and they're only around 1 kilo in weight. So you can add that externally to the laptop. But since this one has a 3070 Ti, that doesn't make all that much sense. You don't get
Mhm.
that much
Mhm.
extra performance. So the key benefit here really is more about future-proofing the device. You have 8 PCI Express lanes here going straight to the CPU, giving you maximum performance. That's double the PCI Express lanes you get for Thunderbolt, for example. So in the future, down the road, 2, 3 years, 4 years in the future, you can use those PCI Express lanes and get the latest XG Mobile at that time, and have the latest top of the line GPU plugged in into this device.
You beat me to the punch on asking what was inside the burning question, but you covered that on the components front. Yeah, this makes the with the smaller size flow systems, I would say, and any viewers, if you miss those systems, they are smaller, as Sasha said. So getting sort of
Yeah.
the portability and the tablet form factor was much more key to the design, idea. Whereas then you would take it on the road, use it as a tablet, bring it home, plug it into the eGPU
Yeah.
for more power. As Sasha
Right.
said, this may be being bigger and having more powerful internal components just out of the box. Maybe needs the external GPU less. And if you like the idea, you like the form factor, and you don't need to use it as a tablet, because the others we did say you sort of have to want a tablet to justify this, right? The tablet has to be
Mhm.
somewhat useful to you. Whereas this, like many convertible laptops, if you don't want to actually use it in that way, it'll function just fine as a laptop without any of that.
Yeah, and that's right. But you can get it up to a 3070 Ti, but you don't necessarily have to, right? So you can
Mhm.
also get it with a 3050 Ti, and then the XG Mobile becomes a lot more interesting again, even for the current XG Mobile with this device. If you look at it, the design. So this is a pre-production unit. The later one, the final one, is not going to have those lines here. That's just a pre-production kind of situation, and it's going to have a coating on here that rejects fingerprints, so you won't be seeing smudges like you're seeing right now here. Cooling wise, really interesting. We have come on, focus. There we go. Edge to edge fan exhaust here in the back. So that's the first time we're doing this. And I haven't actually seen anybody else do this. This is all heatsink fins. This is not just vents. And I do have the heatsink here as well. So I can show that. And we
Ooh.
have a triple fan cooling solution in here. So we have two fans here and then a third fan. And the third fan here allows us to have only 45 decibels under full loading versus two fans where we would get the same performance but would have to run the fans at higher speed and get around 52 decibels. So that's a huge improvement, 7 decibels less thanks to having a third fan, and lots of heat pipes as you can see there,
Hmm.
and liquid metal on the CPU. So there's the nickel plating that makes sure the liquid metal doesn't dry out or get worse over the years. So you can expect years and years of pretty much the same temperatures like on the first day, which is really two benefits for liquid metal. So it lasts, it stays pretty much the same. You get the same temperatures year after year after year, and you get much lower temperatures, so around 10 degrees lower than regular thermal paste.
Now we're going to switch over to the other product Sasha has to show us, which is the Strix Scar entry. This is something a bit special. It goes all in on power. It's the Scar Special Edition, and Sasha, correct me if I'm wrong. This is for those enthusiasts who want to max out on power and sort of go all in on the component options and have the kind of the best possible available power right now in a laptop. So take it away, show me what it looks like, and talk me through it.
Let me move over the Flow X16 and then put the Scar Special Edition up here. So like you mentioned, it is special. Yes, we literally call it the Special Edition. So the Scar Special Edition is essentially the Scar 2022 that we launched at CES just a couple of months ago, but we supersized everything, and everything is fully maxed out. So what you get is a slightly different design. So you can clearly tell that you don't have the regular one, but this is a, different version, and you still have all the perks of the regular Scar. So this part, the armor cap, can be removed. You get 3 different ones bundled with the laptop. You can customize it, paint it. You can even 3D print your own. And if you don't have a 3D printer, you can actually get one from a website. There's several services online where you can download the file, the 3D render file, to 3D print it, and then they print it for you and send it to you. So very, very cool. You just need a little bit hot glue and a magnet, and you can create your own custom tag on here. So when I open it up, you see that keyboard and that chassis. That's what really sets apart, for me at least, our Strix series, the Strix Scar and the Strix G from our other models, is you get really nice keyboard temperatures, very low keyboard temperatures, and very generous key travel, 2 mm key travel, nice keycap curve, generous spacing and everything. And you have a cool semi-transparent chassis here. So that's the internal chassis structure that you can see through this part of the chassis. And panel-wise, you're looking at a huge 17-inch screen, very immersive for gaming and movies as well. And you get a choice between 2 of the best panels, or the best panels you can get in a laptop and even in a desktop monitor. So full HD 360 hertz, QHD 240 hertz. There just isn't anything better on a desktop monitor either. And you get that built into your laptop. And look at how slim that panel is. Isn't that awesome? How cool would it be if your desktop monitor would be that slim, huh?
One day,
So
one day.
yeah, one day. I think actually will happen. I don't think it's gonna be that long in the future, but not saying that we have something coming up for this, but so you can see the thickness of the device. It is not. Come on, focus. There we go. It's not super slim, but at around 27, 30 millimeters, it is very respectable for a desktop replacement, because this is like a portable workstation, essentially, portable workstation gaming station. You got 2.5G internet in the back, HDMI, 2 Type-C ports, the power jack, and yeah, you have USB ports, USB-A on the left side, and the combo audio jack. But what this is really about is the performance and the components, and I can show you here This is the motherboard. You can see anybody, I'm a geek at heart. Anybody who knows a little bit about hardware is going to see this, the VRM row, and it's going to be like, wow, that's a really powerful system. So CPU here, you got Intel's 12th gen latest mobile CPU. That's going to be the Core i9-12950HX CPU. This one has 8 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores, as opposed to currently the best you could get until now was 6 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores. So now, the same as in a desktop 12th gen CPU, you can get that in a laptop as well. And NVIDIA's latest and greatest RTX 3080 Ti GPU. Now, we're running those. We're pushing as much power and as highest wattage through those 2 chips as the manufacturer respectively allows us. So for the 3080 Ti, that is 175 watts, 150 plus 25 dynamic boost. For the CPU, that is also 175 watts. And that is really amazing if you think about it. For mobile CPU, 175 watts. That is if you're only using the CPU. So if you're doing something like video editing or compiling code, something of the likes, when you really need a lot of CPU horsepower, you can go up to 175 watts. That is the not long-term power consumption. It is going to go down a little bit to around 160 watts if you have something running for quite a while. But 160 watts is still insane for a laptop. And I am pretty sure there's not going to be anything quite like it when it comes to performance. Memory-wise, up to 64 GB, DDR5, 4800 megahertz memory. 2 SSD slots, both Gen 4 4-piece express lanes in RAID 0 for up to 14,000 megabytes per second transfer speeds. So as you can see, everything fully maxed out, and you get the best of the best as well when it comes to cooling. So there's a vapor chamber here, and that is one huge vapor chamber. I don't think I've ever seen a bigger vapor chamber in any device. And yeah, so we even have heat pipes here to extend the heatsink fin surface area even further for even more performance. And as you can see, there are 2 cold plates on here that are both nickel plated. So we got nickel plating on the CPU cold plate and the GPU cold plate again. So liquid metal on both CPU and GPU. And this is actually our 2nd generation liquid metal that we developed in partnership with Thermal Grizzly. So this one has a new solution. This is a new solution that's going to be available on the retail market as well in a couple of weeks. Thermal Grizzly will be selling it. So you can buy it. Anybody can buy it and put it on your desktop, CPU, GPU, Nintendo Switch, your toaster, anything you want to cool. I don't know why you'd want to cool a toaster. I don't know why I said that. But
gotta find the perfect balance between the heat and the cool. There you go.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, for the new liquid metal, it gets rid of the tin. So it's pure gallium and indium. As a result, it is more expensive. It's almost twice as expensive as the regular liquid metal, but you get even higher thermal conductivity. So you get even lower temperatures, up to 5 degrees lower than regular liquid metal, which is very impressive because regular liquid metal is already around 10 degrees lower than normal paste. And like I said, it lasts and lasts and lasts, and you get the same temperature. So this is one hell of a cooling solution. And you can see everything is really fully maxed out. You get the best of the best for everything. The panel, memory, storage, CPU, GPU, Ethernet, IO ports, cooling solution, everything fully maxed out. And we do have our regular strict SCAR still available. This just came out at CES just a few months ago. So this one is not going to replace it. It's going to sit on top. It's going to be a more powerful version for basically people who just want everything fully maxed out. We believe that for most customers, the regular SCAR is probably the best solution, the best option for them. But then there are people who, they just want everything fully maxed out.
Yeah.
This is not going to be an affordable solution. Obviously, this is going to be a premium product, and it is going to come at a cost, literally, to have everything fully maxed out. But there are people who really want this. And this is kind of our thank you to our ROG community who wants us to, push everything to the limit and give them a device that has everything fully maxed out as fast as you could possibly build a gaming laptop.
So as I mentioned at the top, this is for enthusiasts. This is one for the hardcore fans, the ones with a big budget. Those who want the best of the best, maybe not for the majority of the shoppers. We have plenty of roundups of our favorite entry-level and mid-range gaming laptops. You can check those out on PCMag.com. Go look at those and browse through those if that's what you're looking for. But as far as a value front, maybe not this. This is definitely for the enthusiasts.
It's basically for the Philip J. Fries out there with you know, who are yelling at us, "Shut up and take my money." Just give me the best.
The best of whatever you have at this point in 2022. Take it and put it in this laptop and pay up. Right. That's the idea. Sasha, thank you so much for showing us both of these. You can check out more details on PCMag.com and read eventual reviews of these laptops when they become available. So do check back, and thank you for watching.